Spending my time just holding the line, never getting caught up. Love was never brought up, it's not the thing to do. Ooh, then came you. You made me leap without taking a look. Ooh, it was you. Then came you.
You reeled me right in like sinker and hook.
Never thought forever was the best I could do.
Then came you.
It was you, me, and you. It was you, me, and then came you.
Whoops. Oh, sorry. Oh, practically all sopped up.
You should have seen the flood when George and I first came down here. We almost called Jacques Cousteau. Such damage. You know, it's too bad about all this flooding. You have any problems at your place, Jerry?
Oh, not really. I live in a high-rise. The only thing that got rain damage was the doorman, and he deserved it.
Well, I dried out some of our clothes, but darling, your high school letter sweaters.
Oh, come on, Catherine.
Well, we could keep it. You know, we could use it if we ever got a poodle.
Look at the bright side. Now you can store it in an envelope.
What have we got in here? Oh, my gosh. No, I forgot I put all the photo albums down here.
You're all going to be ruined.
Oh.
If you're going to celebrate the memories of your life, you're going to have to do it with a blow dryer.
Well, they're all kind of foggy and... What is this one? Here.
Oh. Well, that's either that big marlin I caught in Mexico or that great-looking chick that I took to the junior prom.
Well, if you're going to rescue these, then I better go warm up the oven. I wonder, what's the best temperature for cooking photos?
Oh, Jerry, you remember this picture? This one of you right here? Eh?
Oh, it was my 40th birthday party.
Yes, it was.
You threw me that party.
Mm-hmm.
That was right after I spent a week on your couch with a sprained ankle. And, George, you carried me back and forth to the bathroom a couple times.
Try 9 times.
It was so wonderful. You guys nurtured me back to health with such warmth and sharing.
Honey, my memory of it is a tad less romantic.
Is there anything else I can do for you, Jerry? 'Cause once I get in those bubbles, I zone out.
No. No, I'm all set now.
Yeah, Jerry.
Oh, no, not you, Nikki.
Yes, Jerry, what can I do for you?
Catherine, did you remember to take my car in for servicing this morning?
It's being tuned, aligned, and lubed.
I hope you didn't have to wait too long.
Long? Oh, time flies when you're having delightful repartee with Iggy the Parts Man. What?
I just had a wonderful idea. Now, I think it's very unfair for each of you to have to come running whenever I ring.
Well, I don't know about that. It does keep the family together.
Well, you are never going to have that problem again.
You're leaving?
No. I'm going to assign each of you a different ring so you will know who it is when I need you. Isn't that brilliant?
Another word springs to mind.
I'm going to give 1 ring to George, 2 for you, Catherine, 3 for Nikki, and 4 for Webster. Now, do you think you can all remember that?
Give it a shot.
Would you excuse us, gentlemen? Now, as you know, Jerry is my oldest and dearest friend, so you can understand how difficult this is for me to say. Let's kill him.
Okay, I admit it. I was a little pushy.
Little? Oh, the word bulldozer springs to mind.
Well, you still forgave me and threw me that wonderful party.
Yeah, that's because we're party animals.
Now, speaking of party, here's a picture with you, Papa, a diploma, and a beautiful woman.
Yeah, and the diploma ended up on my wall, and the woman ended up on my lap. That's Miss Whittaker, my reading teacher. What that woman could do with the vowel.
Of course, this is the diploma from the reading school graduation.
After all this time, it's still hard for me to believe that you couldn't read.
Yeah. And learning to read was easier than admitting that I couldn't.
Oh, what's wrong?
I'm so ashamed.
I don't understand.
What is there to understand? I don't read. I can't read. I never could read.
What do you mean you can't read? I've seen you read.
When did you ever see me read?
In church. I've seen you read in church.
Oh, you saw my lips move with everybody else.
No, I've heard you read in church.
Don't you think after 50 years that I could memorize it? Here, George, what happens when we go to a new restaurant?
We eat too much and we burp.
Oh, what do we eat?
I don't know. I order something and then you order what I order. You can't read.
Now do you believe me?
Papa, why did you keep it a secret all these years?
Because I'm your papa. Did Webster ever ask you to do something that you absolutely could not do?
Yeah, he wanted me to try on one of his shirts once.
No, I mean something that you wanted to do for him.
Well, he wanted me to teach him how to paint one, so I painted what I thought was a horse, and he said it looked like a car with big legs.
Do you remember how you felt when you looked foolish in his eyes?
Oh, Papa, come on. I tried.
Then I give you credit. Because I was never brave enough to look foolish in your eyes. I didn't want you to be ashamed of me.
Papa, I will never be ashamed of you. I'll never be ashamed of you.
Oh, I'm so relieved. I finally got it off my chest. Another good thing. You know how when we go to an Italian restaurant, you always order fettuccine Alfredo?
Yes, I love fettuccine Alfredo.
I hate fettuccine Alfredo.
Just at the top up there, and then down. Don't forget that curl down on the left hand.
This isn't how they do it at Photomat.
I haven't seen this much wind since the election.
Hey, where is everybody?
Yo, Baklava! We're down here in the basement, swimming down memory lane.
Hey, guys.
Hey! Ooh, new raincoat?
Yeah. I feel like something on a sardine can. Why is everyone in the basement? Don't most horror movies start like this?
Sweetheart, I'm sorry to tell you, but we had sort of a flood. And, you know, your electric train set is now a submarine.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What about my hockey stick?
Driftwood. I'm sorry.
And all the photos?
Well, some of them are kind of soggy blobs, but we did manage to save quite a few. Look at that one.
Oh, here's from when I first came to live with you.
Papadopoulos residence?
Yes.
Yeah. Sign here.
It's a special delivery.
Ah.
It's all yours.
George, did we just buy a child?
Boy, that was back before I was cool.
Oh, you were always cool. I often imagined you took your first steps moonwalking.
Still, those days were terrific when we all lived in the same building.
Right. Of course, that was before a certain young scientist burnt the apartment down.
Oh.
Boy, that guy has one little accident with the chemistry set, and he can never live it down. He doesn't love me anymore.
Of course he loves you. We both love you, or we wouldn't care this much. We sure don't love what you did. But we do love you.
I was so scared.
Webster, there was once a little girl, she was just about your age, and she was going down in an elevator, alone, and when the doors opened, she saw that little space that leads all the way down the shaft.
What was down there?
That's exactly what she wanted to know, you see, so she lit a match.
And then what happened?
The match burned her fingers and she dropped it, and then she found out what was down there. It was refuse, papers and rags, and it all went up into flames. And the fire truck came, and there was damage, lots and lots of damage, just like this.
Was the girl safe?
Yes, honey, I was.
You?
Mm-hmm. And I never told anyone about that until tonight.
Wow. Yes, you're welcome.
Easy going out there, pal.
Hey, here's one of you, ma'am. Looks like you got 2 baseballs in your mouth.
Well, Catherine has tried some rather unusual recipes in the past.
Oh, that's no casserole. That's the mumps. My goodness, you have my permission to tear that up. I wish George had never taken that picture.
Well, here is a new batch, fresh from the oven. I think this will be okay. Katrina.
Hmm?
There is one photograph here that I don't think everyone should see. It's, You're...
Naked?
Bingo.
Oh, come on, let me see it. Relax, Papa. Yeah, it is. This is a photograph of a painting. See, there's my face, but that is not my body.
Uh-huh. Are you going to explain it to me, or are you going to keep me totally in the dark?
Well, many years ago, I had a professor of art when I was at college. And, recently he had a show in Chicago. The strangest feeling that people are staring at me.
You see, success makes you uncomfortable, too.
Well, no, not if I know what I'm successful at.
Haven't you seen your portrait?
My portrait?
Yes.
My portrait here? Oh, no. I knew that you painted my portrait in school. Well, you painted a lot of portraits of the students. But why did you pick me? I'm naked. Oh, I never posed nude. I never even took my shoes off for you.
It was the artist's duty to record perfection. You, my love, had the perfect face. Barbara Shransky had the perfect body. I would have been cheating the ages had I not melded you both into one perfect form.
Really?
Catherine.
George, can we go home now?
Would you introduce me to the professor?
Oh, yes. Heyman, George Heyman. Okay, now can we go?
Just a minute, Catherine. I'm really impressed with your work, Professor.
Why? Do you know why? Could you tell me why, please?
Because it's simple and I can understand it.
Aha. Well, if that's your criterion, here's something I'm sure you'll recognize.
Oh, no. No.
Can you move? Can you move, Catherine? Move, Catherine. See this?
And the rest got very tricky. Woody Feldman bought the painting, but we forced him to sell it back to us by commissioning a painting of Woody in the nude. Of course, it wasn't his body either. Are you following this?
I'm an old man. It doesn't really matter.
Well, this is the last picture.
Except the one on your boot, Jerry.
Yeah, huh? Oh, it's nothing. It's just a picture of Webster and some basketball guy.
Some basketball guy? For your information, Mr. I don't know anything about sports. This is Patrick Ewing. It's like saying Mozart was some songwriter.
Hey, I played basketball with Patrick Ewing and made my first free throw. All in the same night.
I'll run, you dunk.
Oh, boy. Crash the board.
You got it. High five. Right.
George, 2 points.
Yeah, that's great, Chap.
Sure is full of enthusiasm, isn't he, George?
How about some one-on-one?
Yeah, he's got enough enthusiasm for everybody.
That was one of my best moves.
Hey,
Well, at least he was a little closer.
Don't worry about it, Webster. You keep practicing. Before you know it, you'll be making every shot you take.
You think so?
Piece of cake.
well, it's getting a little late. I know you guys are busy. Thanks a million. Nice to see you, Patrick.
Hey,
see you
take care,
again.
George.
Come on, let's call it a night.
Yeah. The best night of my life. Bye, Patrick. Thanks for meeting me.
Keep in touch, Webster.
Are you kidding?
Do I look like a kidder?
George?
Well, it sure makes up for missing the game, huh?
Yeah, he gave me a high five. A very high five. I'll never wash his hand again.
You know what? One of these days, you're going to make that free throw.
Yeah, maybe someday. Maybe today.
Yeah, that was a great night.
Because of Patrick?
Sure, and because we weaseled out of going to the opera with Catherine.
I heard that. Well, you know, I think this flood destroyed about half of our photo collection.
You know, if you figure on a per-picture basis, how much time it took to say, stand still, smile, and say cheese, you probably lost a lot.
Yeah, but such a shame. All those precious moments. Lost.
Oh, I don't know about that, everybody. I mean, we've been talking about it all day. I'm sure we've made our own pictures.
You know, you're right. Our memories are more rich and more vivid than any of these photographs. And as long as we have each other, well, that's all we really need.
Well, we'll always have each other.
Come hell or high water.